friends, and welcome to the 84th episode of the Intermission Show at SLO REP. It is Friday, April 9th, 2021, and we have an absolutely sun-soaking, community spread choking, optimism-stoking show for you today. Like every single thing we do within these four walls at SLO REP, this show would not be possible without the support of several generous sponsors who have been tuning into the show 2 or 3 times a week since we started the show back April. Since we started the show back April. It is time for our sponsor spotlight. Today's episode of the Intermission Show has been generously sponsored by everyone's favorite performer, arts advocate, and if this picture is accurate, person on a movie set most likely to find her light, Rosh Wright. Thank you so much, Rosh, for everything you've done for SLO REP and for making this episode possible. You have made every single person here at SLO REP feel groovier than Liza Minnelli and Mikhail Baryshnikov easing down the road. Come on now, he's on down, he's on down the road. Come on, he's on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be unknown. We're going to check in once again with Michael BRUSASCO and Melinda PARRETT as they turn the heat up on part 6 of the SLO REP Hot Ones Challenge. And yes, sirree, Robert, it is our favorite day of the week. It is Friday! Which means it's time to beam KERRY DIMAGGIO magically back into the building to look back on some of our favorite ACT Spotlight submissions from the last year of lockdown. Today's ACT Spotlight has been generously sponsored by everyone's favorite arts supporters, community volunteers, and if this picture is accurate, couple that will always be guarding the good champagne in the kitchen, Jerry and Sharon Chirping. Thank you so much, Jerry and Sharon, for everything you've done for this theater and for making today's ACT Spotlight segment possible. And now that we have passed the 1-year anniversary of the shelter-at-home shutdown, we thought that it would be the perfect time to jump back into our Artist Spotlight segment to check in with one of our favorite techies, theater lovers. And if this picture is accurate, person most likely to not hear the camera person say smile, PAM HESTER. And finally, we'll turn the SLO REP spotlights toward another amazing BIPOC playwright as we look at QUI NGUYEN's 2011 masterpiece, She Kills Monsters. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so happy that you're here. All right, campers, we have a jam-packed show, so let's hop right to it. Let's see how Michael and Melinda are doing as they move on to hot sauce number 6. It is time for the SLO REP Hot Ones Challenge!
Any difference?
It's a sleeper. It comes back after the fact. I find this very curious because, first of all, I'm spitting, but we went to that Thai place and we had like food this hot and you loved it so much.
Again, I'm telling you that hot sauce that is mixed into a dish is much different than a wad of sauce that you dip into. I'm bringing out the olive oil.
Oh, really? I mean, I have to, oh God, I'm ashamed, but Dave Matthews Band. I'll have to like do some Dave Matthews Band.
Is that the hot sauce talking? What would that be the soundtrack? What age?
Oh, that's my 20s. Lemon Jolie, my 30s. Dave Matthews Band, my 20s. My 40s, which I'm in now, would be FIP, which is, oh, that's like in the back of my throat. Ow.
I'm gonna say the soundtrack to Fantasmic. The Fantasmic soundtrack,
What's that by?
Fantasmic is an attraction at Disneyland. It is a water and pyrotechnic and live theatrical experience at Disneyland that takes place in the rivers of America around what used to be called Tom Sawyer's Island, but it is now called Pirate's Lair. It is this music, you know. So I will say that. I will also say the soundtrack to The Nutcracker. For some reason, that is music that not that one, but that is music that like speaks to me on like a, because I listened to it as a kid, and it was kind of like something that I, you know, really connected to as a kid. And it's still something that I listen to even when it's not Christmas time. There's something about that music to me that's very moving. And then the third, I just don't know. I'm gonna say the Cats soundtrack. Not Rats, the musical. But I'm gonna say Cats. Cats is the reason why I started doing theater.
Really?
Yes, and it is something that I have a particular. My ears are ringing.
Yeah.
That's what tinnitus is like. Okay.
Thank you so much, Michael and Melinda. We'll check back in with you next week for the final segment, during which time, of course, the temperature will be raised and inhibitions will be lowered. All right, everybody. It is our favorite day of the week. It is!
Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air. If you don't care, oh yeah, throw your neighborhood.
Which means it's time to beam KERRY DIMAGGio into the building to introduce some incredible young artists. It is time for our ACT Spotlight.
Welcome to ACT Spotlight, everyone. We are so proud to have been able to offer students fun and educational theater lessons and projects throughout this past year, and we're even more proud of the incredible work that they've done completing these challenges. From musical theater singing and dance to prop design, from Foley art to stage combat, our students have done it all. Take a look at their talent and creativity in some of my favorite moments from ACT Spotlight.
Hello? At the end of town, where the grickle grass grows, and the wind smells sour
When it blows,
no birds sing excepting old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. Where am I?
If you look deep enough, you can still see today where the Lorax once stood before somebody lifted the Lorax away.
What was the Lorax, and why was it here? Why was it lifted and taken somewhere?
The old Onceler still lives here. Ask him.
He knows. You won't see the Onceler. Don't knock at his door.
But on special dark nights, sometimes he speaks.
He'll tell you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. Will you pay? The cost is 15 cents and a nail, and the shell of a great-great-grandmother's snail. It all started way back, such a long, long time ago. Way back in the day, when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the Swanee Swans rang out in space. Ah! One morning I came to this glorious place, and I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, and under the trees, brown barbaloots frisking about in their barbaloot suits, playing in the shade, eating truffula fruits.
And from the clear blue pond came the comfortable sound of the hummingfish humming while splashing around.
These trees, these truffula trees. All my life I've been searching for trees such as these. In no time at all, I built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop. And with great skill and great speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a thneed.
What?
A thneed?
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Mister, I am the Lorax, and I speak for the trees. What is that thing that came out of my tuffula tuft?
Look, Lorax, there's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I am doing no harm.
But what is it?
It's a thneed. A thneed's a fine something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock.
Hello everybody, I hope that you're doing well during this extended quarantine that we have found all of ourselves right in the middle of. I have been cooking a lot and I'm pleased to report that no humans, felines, or any item in my house has been harmed or injured in the process. I am spending all of my money on Amazon. I'm decorating my house, I'm buying kitchen gadgets, I'm buying all the gadgets. Electric toothbrush, thing that removes fuzz from your sweaters, and also one of those things, I don't know what it's called, but you use it to clean your windowsills to get all the crud out of those. So I am continuing to work. I was actually already working full-time from home before the pandemic began, so I've been able to continue doing that. Actually got a new position this week, so I am excited to start that. I hope you all are doing well, and I look forward to the time when we can all see each other again.
All right, it is time to highlight some essential BIPOC voices in theater. Today's featured artist is QUI NGUYEN. QUI NGUYEN is a Vietnamese-American playwright, television writer, and screenwriter. He is an artistic director of the Obie Award and Cafe Chino award-winning Vampire Cowboys Theater Company, whose productions, penned and choreographed by Gwen, have performed to sold-out audiences at the New York International Fringe Festival, been published nationally, enjoyed extended runs throughout the nation, and have been nominated for and received awards in movement and fight direction. She Kills Monsters tells the story of Agnes Evans, an average woman who loses her parents and little sister Tilly in a car accident. Having been very distant from her sister while she was alive, Agnes embarks in an adventure to get to know her sister better by playing a Dungeons & Dragons module that Tilly had written, and discovers things she'd never imagined. The plot takes place in reality and in the imaginary game world. Chock full of supermodel elves, dominatrix warrior women, and nasty ogres, She Kills Monsters is a surprisingly sweet tale of friendship, loss, and acceptance. You can order a copy of this groundbreaking script at the link in the description. All of us here at SLO REP encourage our patrons to get to know this important play. That'll wrap up today's episode of the Intermission Show at SLO REP. Thank you so much to Rosh Wright for making this episode possible. You have made every single person here at the Intermission Show feel hungrier for scenery than Mandy Patinkin.
Way above the chimney pots, that's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly.
And as always, thank you to all medical personnel, essential workers, county and city officials, and everyone who's been working around the clock to bring this crisis to an end as soon as possible. We cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Hug who you are allowed to hug and have a wonderful weekend. Please